years I did my time, and I gave my best. From the desert sand to the hometown bar, every scar they wear is a driving star. You can hear that call when the smoke clears slow. You can hear those names in the wind that blows. From the barrack stage to the front porch light, they still stand up for the red, white bride. Grinning old chief, grinning old chief, stand up for the ones who breathe. Grinning old chief, grinning old chief, Arizona strong, let the whole world see. VFW news, combat tested, grinning old chief, we remember it. Raise it up high for the ones who came back, for the ones still coming on the iron track. Every mile they paid, every night they bled, lives in the hall and the words they said. Green and old chief, green and old chief, stand up for the ones who breathe. Green and old chief, green and old chief, Arizona strong, let the whole world see. VFW news, combat tested, green and old chief, we remember it. Green and old chief, green and old chief, old blood, new life, we remember it.
All right, gents, we are live. Can you guys hear me all right?
I've got you loud and clear. Good evening.
Good evening. The man, the myth, the legend, Cassidy Voss, still got you?
Yes, sir.
All right, gents, we are live on everything known to man, and maybe then some.
Well, welcome to Combat Tested Voices of the state of Arizona, of the VFW and the Arizona Combat Tested Gaming. We have a special guest in the house. His name is State Commander of Arizona, Greg Harrell.
Hey, what's everybody doing? I like that. Now, if I could get intros like that everywhere I go, I think I'd never want to leave this job. Way to go. Great job. And that song you picked, are people going to hear that song?
Yes. They just listened to that for the last 4 minutes and 39 seconds, in case you're curious how long that was. Yes.
You know, I'm a drummer, so as soon as I started hearing that song, I immediately picked up on the beat. And I was ready to drum it out.
It's a great song.
That's an awesome song. I was all
Tapping on the dash on the drive. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
So glad to be here with you both tonight. Couldn't be any a better place.
We are so happy to have you. And nothing says doing big things, except for my hands disappearing in the veil there, that starting episode 1 of Combat Tested Voices of Arizona with the department commander himself. So got to get better at looking at the camera too. I'm used to being heard, not seen, so got a voice or a face for radio. There we go. All right, so we got a few things to talk about. I don't know. Could get a fun segue here, in case anyone's wondering why I have the Buddy Poppy stuck in my hat still. Buddy Poppy drives. We just came off Memorial Day.
Absolutely.
For all those that was, yeah. Oh, take it away, sir. Sorry.
Well, I got to tell you, I attended the ceremony with the governor up at the Phoenix Arizona Cemetery. And let me tell you what a humbling experience it was when the F-35s came over. A lot of people. Uh, I'm so glad to see that this weekend we were out there and giving those poppies away to make sure that everybody remembered all of those who gave it all, that we could do what we're doing today. And a lot of people uh, don't really get it. They don't understand that there's all of these different holidays. That holiday, people say, well, thank you for your service. I don't discard that, but we all know that Memorial Day is to honor those who gave the ultimate sacrifice. Uh, Veterans Day, that's for those living and dead who served this country. And of course, we know Armed Forces Day is those are the ones for active duty soldiers. So it was really nice to see everybody out there, and the Buddy Poppy was amazing to be given out this last week. But I will tell you, uh, this weekend was just simply amazing with all the posts and all the activities that I've seen. So, what did you guys do this weekend?
So you want to take it away?
Yeah.
Well, I did video gaming, working the combat tested gaming program of the great state of Arizona. So that's what I did.
Yeah, I popped in there the other night, and I couldn't believe the great show that I had when I got in there. Segueing into combat tested gaming, as I became commander and became aware of this when Lynn Rolfe called me back a year ago. I got to tell you, being a former real hard gamer myself, now when I talk about gaming, people have to understand that I've had every gaming system that's ever come out, to include PS5s. I'm doing the Switch right now, but I was talking old computer gaming when we had MechWarrior 4, and I was doing Guild Wars, as I told some of the troops in the combat tested gaming room. And you get a sense of teamwork, and even though you're not with people, but the effects of combat tested gaming on our community have spoken for itself. And this last year, when I got a call and Lynn Rolfe said, "Hey, I got this guy. He's on tested gaming. His name is Cassidy Voss. I think you ought to give him a call and check him out." So I did immediately. I called him, and Cassidy gets on there and he says, "Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm ready to serve, sir. I'm ready to do whatever we can do to get this off the ground. What do I do, sir?" I was like, wow, this guy's really got some energy. And I'm thinking to myself, hey, that I can tag on to, because we can go anywhere with this. And this is exactly where combat tested gaming needs to go. It needs to go with full energy, and we need to get it out there. Um, I just believe that Arizona is just a start this year. I know that there's some other states that I've looked at that have really taken a hard look at this, and they're really moving forward. But I hope that the command coming in is going to take what we've learned this year and move it forward. And we've already can tell that the benefits are amazing. Cassidy, when I ask you to tell your story, I hope everybody in the world hears your story. How you were a vet in isolation, desolate, and you found combat tested gaming, and look at where you are today. You're making these great caricatures, you're doing these videos, you're out there recruiting. I mean, it's just unbelievable what it's done for you for that. So uh, I just wanted to say I'm excited about it, and I think that the sky's the limit with combat tested gaming.
Is this where I say I couldn't agree more?
I couldn't have said it better myself.
But I mean, you're right. It's we. I always make the joke about the barracks rats we always had, right? The people who never went out, don't
Yeah.
like to go out to the actual physical building, hide off in the side. GWAT Warriors, I'm one. I know you're out there. You game,
Absolutely.
maybe you don't game, you just want to chat. You know what Discord is. Find your community. Find somebody to talk to. Find somebody to vent to. Come find old Green. If you catch it at the right time, you can catch the department commander himself and be like, I just want to say thanks for being here. It's only getting bigger.
Yeah, I think so. What are the kind of the stats right now? I think that it's over 3,500 veteran gamers now. Is
Ooh, we
that
may
just
be.
about right?
Yeah,
We
for
succeeded
national.
that?
I said, we have to check the amazing staff count. We can do it live as
Oh,
soon
they
as I
have
remember how to do it.
They have 3.6 thousand members in national.
All
There
right.
it is.
Well, that's what I thought. So we're just over 3,500. And hey guys, do you remember when I said, "Hey, this old guy wants to get you guys."
Ooh.
Wow, what a trip that was for that weekend. That's where the veterans were. That's where all of these younger veterans were, all these gamers, and they were totally impressed with our combat tested gaming setup out there. I think something happened to old Chief there on his video.
He's back
Yeah.
though. That's what he gets for trying to open this on his phone. You can't be in two places at once, and I should have known better.
Yeah, we
It looked like
we got over 70 something people in the first 2 days. And we had Tim Borland helping us. Me and Jay got it down real quick on recruiting in 2 days. I remember I got that Expedition 72. It's a video game, and we're all about gaming. And the state commander, all I saw him run out the tent. Didn't see Tim Borland or anybody else. I was like, "Hey, sir, I need a picture of these guys in a banana hammock."
Yeah, no. To describe that,
you caught me on that one. I mean, I do remember we were at
Yeah.
a Game On Expo. So was I not to expect that people were going to be fully dressed or not dressed for the video games that were being promoted? And I just at that point, you caught me at a point where I'm like, wait a minute, I got to make a quick decision here. Is this VFW or is this gaming or is it both? And what should we be doing about it? It was
it's a little everything.
actually.
Yeah, yeah. If you haven't seen the image, or you go looking for it later when you go to the Discord, which I hope you'll do.
I'd like to talk.
This had more cloth.
What I know about combat tested gaming capacity is that we get our service officers in here. They can actually help people the right way, getting them to the right services that they need. There is so many opportunities just to talk a vet off the ledge. I've seen that. How many lives have this saved already for a vet being out there? I mean, I remember us talking once, Cassidy, and you said, thanks for talking with me, Commander, and I said the same thing. Yesterday I had a pretty bad experience yesterday with a family, which we call a family member. One of our animals left us unexpectedly, and it's very hard to handle that. But talking with you guys today and me continuing this was the right thing to do. So do you see what happens when you already have people that care and reach out? It's really amazing.
Yeah. And then a lot of people, if they think that the VFW, just real quick, is just a bunch of drunks in a smoky bar room and they're getting drunk, or with that, the VFW is not a bar. I already got over 30,000 views right now on TikTok, and it's still going. But people say, well, I was treated bad at this post, or whatever excuse, whatever they come up with. And I was like, you know what? It's be all you could be in the VFW. So if you just go to your monthly meeting and expect something to happen, that doesn't happen. But if you just jump into a post, you don't go and check it out first, and you say, I'm gonna go to this post, then maybe that post ain't for you, and you should look around a little bit. Or you should just, if you had a bad experience, give the combat tested gaming Discord a try, and you might be surprised. Might change your views of VFW.
You know what? That's a great point, and I'd like to address that just as a department commander. I have actually physically gone into posts myself, and you walk in, and all of a sudden, everybody stops, and they look, and you get those Superman laser eyes staring at you. And I always thought to myself, I tell people, never, never let that happen. When a member comes in, be the first one to go up to them, shake their hand, and say, "Hey, how you doing today? I haven't seen you. Are you new here? Anything I can do for you?" It's that simple. And let me tell you something. By doing that you never have a second chance to make a first impression. And when you do that, you get those people, and they're willing to give you a chance. But if they come in and they feel, and 5 minutes later somebody hasn't talked to them, you've lost them. And that is the biggest thing that I can give advice to people is don't let somebody walk in. Welcome somebody, even if they're there to turn in a flag. Treat them like their family and find out what they need, because it could be that guy that said, I'm driving down the road. I've decided I want to stop by here and see what this VFW is all about. And then I've heard too many stories where people walk out because nobody said hi to them or anything like that. So that's very important to do. Always remember that. Kill them with kindness and they'll stay forever. But that's who you really are at heart, right? And I agree with you, Cassidy, that if you,
I think
Losing-
that was my furry friend who decided to climb out from under the desk. Or did Cassie
Well,
come you?
well, hey, we're keeping
Oh.
it going, but you're back on comms, but you're not on video. So
Oh, I'm
you
not on the
missed the
video.
How
You're
did
not on
how did
video.
your how did your year go this year as the Arizona Department Commander? And did you reach your goals of recruiting this year, the VFW for the state of Arizona?
Yeah, so let me kind of segue into that a little bit. As I told everybody at the beginning, I'm only going to be as successful as the post commanders and the district commanders. So let's take a look at this and peel back the onion just a minute. The department is there for support. We get information and I have to make decisions on things, but everything happens at the post level. And if things aren't going well at the post level, they're not going to go well at the district level, and they're not going to go well at the department level. So it's support and helping each other and having clearly defined goals, objectives. And I'll tell you how I think it went. I think I could have been better. I'm very humbled. I thought I did a pretty good job, but there's always room for improvement, and I've passed those lessons learned to the next leaders. I've kept in constant contact with them. I have given them every bit of knowledge that I have. But let me tell you some things that I think we did good. When we came into this year, I said we were going to digitize, modernize, and revitalize the department and hopefully spread that down to the posts. Well, for the most part, we did that. We updated old websites. We updated products on the website. We updated spreadsheets. We updated checklists so that they were easy to find. I mean, there's nothing more frustrating than trying to get on a website, clicking something and there's nothing there, or it doesn't work, or you don't know where you're getting to. So I think number one, we've done that. Number two, I made a bold statement. After the last couple of years of Arizona and other states and national fighting claim sharks, if everybody doesn't really understand what claim sharks is, I'm going to just sum it up real quick. Claim sharks are companies that charge exorbitant fees to coach a veteran with no accountability and no accreditation. And in my opinion, totally illegal and wrong. You should never pay for the services and the benefits that you've earned. Yes, I hear that people say, well, there's not enough of us, and that's why they go to it. I get that. We're working on that. So I said we were going to make legislative great again in Arizona. And what I meant by that, we were going to go to every Veterans Caucus meeting, and we were going to be visible, and we were going to be loud. And let me tell you what I did for the first time this year. I brought in the DAV and the Legion commanders into my conference room at the beginning of the year and had lunch and said, fellas, comrades, we need to do something. We need to speak. We all have the same national priority goals, to be honest with you. We fight for legislative benefits. We fight for all of your rights, but we also fight against bad actors. And I said, we need to go out here in Arizona and be one voice together. Because when you think about it, you put the big three VSOs together, that is millions of people. Okay? Not just the 1.4, 1.7, whatever the estimate is total for the VFW. So it starts at the state level. So this year, we got that going. We were to everyone. We knew what issues were coming up in the state that were good or bad. We transmitted that down to our posts. Our legislative chairman did a great job of getting the word out on everything, on what we needed to do. So what we had, and this is the biggest fight that I had, I got really embarrassed because I went in there thinking I was all that in a bag of chips when it comes to the political savviness of the world. Oh, let me tell you what, Commander Greg Harrell got his butt in a sling when I went to one of the caucus meetings at the Senate hearing about the claim sharks. And I although I got chewed out, I stood tall and I came back. And I'll tell you what we did. We ended up defeating SB 1803 in Arizona, which was a claim shark bill, and it's gone. And then, of course, everybody knows that the federal judges in Carolina and in some other places have basically coming down and cracking down on these folks, saying, look, you are representing a vet, but you're not accountable, and you're basically operating illegal. So legislatively, we did great in Arizona this year. Membership wise, you just asked that, Cassidy. I was at every membership drive that we had. And let me tell you what we did. We sat down at the beginning of the year and we said, okay, There are events all over the state. How can we leverage the department assistants to all of the other places in the state and go find the members? Well, we ended up going to state fair. We went to county fairs. We went to the Game On Expo. We went to the El Tour de Tucson, the largest bike race in America. We went to the, you name it, we were there. And yes, I'm proud to say that as of this morning, Arizona has surpassed 101.20% in in membership. And so we have achieved our goal and then some. All right. How's that for excitement?
Great.
Seems I need to cycle my camera. You guys still can't see me, can you?
I can
I
see
see
you.
you.
I can see you just fine. You look good.
I
I know you're echoing. I can hear.
Oh, you hear me
everybody
echoing?
through your headset, though. But it's okay. We got to keep it going. Keep it going. What's the next topic?
Here we go.
What'd you write down? What you got?
I'll say everyone's going to be like, why am I... Let's try crisp. Let's see if that works better. And there we go. Hopefully that cuts the echoes out of the background.
I did want to touch up on what do I foresee combat tested gaming in Arizona going? Well, listen, I have reached out to a couple of companies. I'm trying to establish rapport with Intel CLX. You know, when we were at Game On Expo, they had a lot of really nice systems out there. And what I'm trying to do is to leverage corporate sponsorship to really see the differences. This isn't just gaming, okay? When it comes to the community of the veterans gaming, this is a life-saving tool that we have in our toolkit. And I'd like to see, if I can, as I'm going to be the past department commander, senior junior, but I'm still going to work hard for it, is I would like to get a couple of gaming systems in every post. And I would like to see the posts in Arizona have gaming nights and competitions and getting people out of their shells. And then already I know they're doing it, but then you could battle a state like tomorrow night, Friday night, it's going to be New Mexico versus Arizona post, blah, blah, blah. And we're going to be playing this game. I mean, in the camaraderie and the competition that we can do, that's where I see the gaming going. And it's going to take, every time you get a no, you find a door that's got a yes. And so that's what we're going to do to try to get these systems and make it economical for all of these posts, because we don't have a lot of money in some of these posts to do these things. So that's what we're working on right now.
And you're aren't you running for national? You campaigning for something?
Yeah, I am. I'm glad that you asked that. I am a current candidate for National Junior Vice Commander designee, which is in 27-28, out of the Western Conference. If everybody doesn't know how the VFW is structured, we have 4 conferences. There are 52 departments, okay, 50 for all the states, and then we got Europe, and then we've got the Pacific. What is happening is there's 4 conferences. You've got the East, the Big Ten, the Southern, and the Western. Well, we're the Western, obviously, and there's 16 Western states. So through agreement, every rotational time it rotates through those conferences to present a candidate to get into the line of the national junior vice, senior vice commander. So that way there's not an overbalance of power from just the large conferences. So that's what's happening right now. So there are 3 other candidates, and I will tell you, I'm very proud of the other candidates. I am not running against them. I'm running for a position. I have a message, and to articulate that message and get everybody to follow, that's what I'm trying to do. But yes, so I'm a candidate for that. And this time the Western's going to have 4 good choices, hard choices to choose when we go to the Western Conference in a year, who they want to represent the VFW at the senior leaders coming out of the Western Conference. So what does that mean for me? It means that first I announced. I know that a lot of people said, my God, he announced when he was a junior vice commander of the state of Arizona. He's never been the state commander. I get that. I understand that. But people have to run on their timelines that are right for them. Look, my career in the VFW started when I walked in one day and they said, hey, how you doing? You look like a new young guy. How would you like to be on a house committee? I said, what the hell is that? And then the next thing you know, House Committee Chair, and it just went from there. Then it was post officers of all levels for many years, district level, and then running for the department line. And that's where it came today. Uh, my decision to make that run was because I wanted to be somewhat young when I got there. I wanted to have a articulated, well thought out message and energy to have people say, this guy speaks from the heart. I'm not selling anything. What I'm selling is the VFW and moving this organization forward for the future, but never forgetting about those who are before us and got us to where we are today. So we can never forget that. We got to move on to the new and keep the bridge to the older generation and hold on to them dearly because when they're gone, they're gone. And those guys put a lot of blood and guts into this organization. And we need to do that. But we got to think outside the box. We got to digitize. We got to run it like a business. We've got to get the younger vets in there. We got to get our vets off the street. One of the things that bothers me right now that I'm right now it's nighttime. I know it is. It's 7:55 our time, but it's estimated that 30,000 veterans are on the street, homeless. 30,000 veterans. It's proven, it's validated. 85% of those have been honorably discharged from a military service. Can you guys tell me why that is happening? So we have to get out there. We got to get our homeless off the street. We've got to make sure we take care of food insecurities amongst our families. You know, um, a huge population of our active duty guard, soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines, they're all on food stamps, need food assistance. I mean, come on, we've got to keep fighting for those things and everything else. And let me tell you this, what is neat about the VFW when you put it into a couple of words. The VFW was here before you served. It was here while we served, both you and me, myself, and I'm retired. And it's here after we served, and that's why we're in it. We're in it so that we can always fight legislatively, locally, nationally, and also the POW, MIA, DPAA is huge. We can never stop the fight for recovering everybody that we are missing and lost in combat. That's why we're here. That's why we serve and what we're doing. It's not about a hat. I will tell you right now, you do get hats and you do get things on the way. But if you're about a hat and it's not in your heart, you're not in it for the right reason. And I could give a damn about a hat. But I will tell you this, though, I've seen hat seekers and we don't get along well. And put your efforts where it matters most. There's nothing better when a family comes in and they're down on their luck and you find them shelter and you find them and you give them food and you get them to a shelter and get them to a food bank and able to get them set up and then get them to the VA. There is nothing better that will light you inside to say, wow, we're not perfect, but in the VFW, we do the right things. And I leave you with this, that I always say this, and people have heard this before. I'm an air traffic controller by profession. And we have a thing in air traffic control where there's no I in team, but there's two in midair. And we don't want that to happen. So we, it's never me, never. And like I said, I can't do everything for everyone. But if you think about this power, every one of us can do something for someone. That's the power of we. So I think our youth programs, I think our military assistance programs, I think we can get better sponsorship if I get in there down the road to increase those fundings and make that a little better and then carry on to tradition. So that's why I'm running for national junior vices. I have a passion for wanting to do those things.
Nice. What do you think, Jay?
I'm so excited. No, but it all goes back. It's veterans taking care of veterans. Like we're just doing it a slightly different way.
Yep. For veterans by veterans. That's Commander-in-Chief Whitmore's motto as a department commander under her. That's what we were pledged to. And she had a lot of priorities for us to go out there. Legislative was one of them. Membership, obviously. Making sure that we stay engaged with the POW MIA. A lot of people don't like to use the terms because they're losing what it means. So prisoner of war, missing in action. I do like to say that occasionally so that we get away from the acronyms. You know, we have so many acronyms that a lot of people don't understand what we're talking about. But so those are some of the things that keep us going this year. I'm proud of Arizona. I couldn't have done it without hardworking comrades in both the auxiliary and the VFW. Let me tell you, the auxiliary is a huge part of what we do. And I'm just going to say it right out. Where you find a good auxiliary, you find a great running post. That's what I can tell you. Because they are the backbone to everything that we want to do. Because, you know, a lot of us are tired and we are broken. And it's hard for us to get around and to do all these things. And without a good auxiliary supporting us out there, it just doesn't work. And I urge everybody to think about that. They are some of the best patriots that we have. And thank God that we have them because they help us do a lot of stuff.
Just real quick, what was that? Remember my air conditioner? You guys didn't know. Now you know. I didn't have no air conditioning out here in Phoenix for a year and a half.
Right.
And then
Right.
the state commander, Greg Harrell, told me about this organization. It was K2 organization. Is that?
Yeah. Yeah. Let me tell you what happened. So I'm on the phone with Cassidy. And he's like, man, it sure would be nice to get the air fixed around here. And I said, what? I said, what are you talking about, Cassidy? He goes, I haven't had air for a year and a half. I'm like, what? In Arizona, in Phoenix, you haven't had air in a year and a half. He goes, no, I've been saving up for it, and I'm finally getting close to it. And I just said, you know what? One of my own right here underneath me. So I connected him to the K2 Foundation.org. Anybody can look them up. They are one of the best organizations that are for veterans to go on retreats to get themselves healthy mentally, physically. Because, you know, I'm a firm believer that both the family and the vet need to have retreats so that they can get healthy together. Because if you don't have a healthy support system, family, you're not going to have a healthy vet, and then it just doesn't work. So that's one of the things. But they have the Menendez individual award. And Cassidy, so I guess I hooked you up with that. Did it work? And did they help you?
I paid out of my own pocket, but since there's that organization, they're so great. I didn't know if it was just for state of Arizona or if it's open to everybody in the United States. But I always try to tell people about it now because I didn't know nothing about it.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm glad that you looked into it, but I knew that you said you were already. You had told me when I told you said, well, I already paid it and they're coming out. So
Yeah.
if I'd have known 6 months ago, I would have had you get some help. You know, yeah, I agree with that. Stubborn dude that he'll sit there and sweat. He'll sweat and still truck along in gaming. You know, so
That's about right. I was like, speaking of sweating, if anybody's wondering why I keep looking around like I've lost my mind, I've got 15 screens and I'm trying to make sure everything's working because chats and I'm hearing noises, just trying to make sure everything's good.
yeah, no, this is a great thing that you guys have got going on, and you know, we have spent some time with some of the issues. And do you guys have any questions for me that I can answer? Because, you know, I'm not a scripted guy. If I don't know the answer, I'm not going to give you an answer. I'm going to say I'll look that up and get back to you. But if I know the answer, I'm gonna spit that out. But I'm proud of the fact that you guys in Combat Tested Gaming have stepped up. And Jay, you've been a breath of fresh air coming along with Cassidy. You guys are like old brothers that were meant to be together. I will tell you, Chief, as a chief, you have the kindness, the heart, and you have that ability to reach people. You laugh. You've got a great sense. And Cassidy, you do too. Believe it or not, you're a funny guy, Cassidy, and you make people laugh. And that's one good thing.
Especially when they're in booty shorts and thigh high boots or what. You know, game on. It was a time.
That's because we're the two Stooges.
I was never. I tell you what,
Mm.
that was a really touchy subject for me. At that game on Expo, I'm like, oh my God, am I going to get ribbed for this picture in front of the VFW banner? And here's these guys with banana hammocks on, as you call them, with a video. But they were video gaming dudes, you know. They had the
Yeah.
flags, and they had just come off a combat field or whatever they did, you know. So there you go.
I thought it was great for the mental health because, combat tested gaming is all about mental health on a virtual level.
Absolutely, and you know when those young vets, I couldn't believe how many of them when they came up and they saw the banner next to us that said combat tested gaming, and then I look at the list of games, and I'm thinking to myself, you guys really have this going on with this gaming. Um, and did you say that you guys added Pirates of the Burning Sea?
Yeah, I've mentioned it over there, but it's in Arizona. We got it in the Arizona Discord. I even made a little video of it, trying to get people to come over to start playing Pirates of Burning Sea.
We have
Right.
games everywhere.
Yeah, me and
Right.
Jay, we couldn't figure it out, so we're like, you know what? We'll just wait for the state commander to help us or something. Like, which one do we go to? Legendary, regular, or the third one?
Yeah, no, it's good. I would tell you, I'm pretty good at video gaming. Some of the games I'm not. I float my own boat when it comes to some of them, but I probably couldn't handle what you guys do today. So with all of that, I stay on the Switch. I play Zelda. I think it's one of the best games out there. The Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild for the Switch were really good games, and people play them on all avenues. I think now. So
40
We're on number
individual
5.
game channels. Just
Yeah.
had to
Many?
count it. 40 individual games, not even counting the ones for a genre.
Wow, and it's just incredible this year. I'm proud that I was the department commander, but I'll tell you what, I did not realize. Nobody realizes until you get into the seat what it's really all about. And I just hope that I do believe. I honestly, at my heart, I believe I've left this better. And it should be. It should be better than the person before you. And you leave it for the people in front of you to make it even better. I mean, for the first time in Arizona history, I did Zoom meetings every month with post commanders because I believed in what they needed to know. I knew they needed to know. And then I had Zoom meetings with district commanders, and we communicated back and forth. We started getting with the sports teams, and we started long-term relationships with the baseball team, the football team, we're doing the hockey, and we're doing the arena football. So we're really getting ourselves out there. Hey, there's one thing I'd like to brief everybody on. People don't realize it, but it's called the VETT Act. It's called the Veterans Equal Tax Treatment Act. This is for everybody out there. In December 14th of 2024, Congress passed a law that said VFW VSOs, veterans organizations that are titled 501c19 under the IRS code, are now treated the same as a 501c3. I want everybody to hear this correctly. What that means is, yes, large corporations, local businesses can actually donate directly to you now as a 501c19 and take a dollar for dollar federal tax write-off. They don't know that. This has got to get out there, and you can go get them. Because a lot of times you go out and you say, hey, we're going to do a paddle auction. We'd like to know, can you donate this blower? Can you donate this electric saw? For our items and stuff. And they will do that. But now every post, every district, every department can go to their own state corporate people and say, look at your bylaws. If your bylaw says that you're only beholden to give to 501c3s, well, it's time for them to update their bylaws to say, and 501c19 organizations, i.e., VFWs, and you don't have to go through a charity, and you don't have to go through a foundation. It can be directly to your EIN as a 501c19. And that is something a lot of people aren't leveraging. I'm going to get more vocal about it as I move along. I have in Arizona, and we've seen some of the benefits of that. But if anybody out there ever has any questions about this, I'm not taking away from anything that National does or anything like that. The foundation has its purpose, I'm just saying that for the local post level, um, the easy thing to do is that VETT Act and a 501c19 IRS good standing. It helps you out and you can get money that way. So that's the way posts can help themselves.
I didn't know that.
No, a lot of people don't, and I try to educate them every day. And
Mm.
we'll see how we keep going with it. But it's going to take some time. It's just like anything. There are 3,000, 501c3s at any given time that want money from a large corporation. But when you go in there, you got to hit them in 5 minutes why you're the best candidate for their money, what you're going to do with the money, and who it's going to benefit. And I guarantee you, if you come in there with a plan and you can articulate that in 3 minutes, you're going to walk out of there and they're going to say, you know what? Damn, we need to give our money to these guys. They're really doing the work. Hence, no one does more for veterans than the VFW. You can walk that walk by just having those facts behind you and going in there and selling what you're going to use that money for. Youth programs, homeless and in food insecurity relief funds. All of these things that we're going to do to offset expenses for our service officers and traveling to conferences and conventions, so that way people can get there and get up to date on things. All of these things can be articulated in a matter of moments that you can win big time with the corporate sponsors. They don't want to hear people go in there and drag on. They want to know why you're in my office, what you got to offer, then why should I give my money to you when everybody wants my money? And I guarantee you, you walk out of there and you give them those things, you'll walk out with money, and you'll do better for your post, for your district, and your department that way.
Man, I'm just dumbfounded. Just learned a lot.
Yeah. Try to pass that along when I can.
So what's the next topic? Who we on now?
I think we're just about pretty much done.
I think we're winning.
What did we forget?
I mean, we always come back to the barely clothed men at Game On Expo. But I guess as just a quick aside, when we talk about getting the word out, because I always like to bring this up, and I can't remember where I heard it the first time, but the saying has stuck with me. The VFW is more than a dark, smoky bar. I say it to everybody I meet. No one thinks we're out in the community, and it goes right off to what the department commander's saying. We're doing youth programs like Memorial Day. This is a good kind of segue, good to the order. We were out putting crosses on headstones, attending the ceremonies, taking care of Gold Star families locally. And I know it's happening all over every post, district, every state. But that's your VFW. Those are veterans who have done the things and understand what that means, giving back to veterans and those families. It's not just a place to go and have a cheap drink. Not saying it's not there and that people can't enjoy that, but know that even then you're there because of the company you're with.
Yeah, and I'd like to, a lot of people ask me along the way, they go, well, how are you gonna, VFW doesn't get involved in canteens. And as a matter of fact, there's no jurisdictional, they try to tell you how to do them right if you're going to, but let me tell you about canteens. If you're doing the work, the youth programs, your buddy poppying, your community service, your drives, and you're out there and you're seeing, there's certainly nothing wrong with coming back to a place to have a cold beverage, whether it be alcoholic or non-alcoholic. Nobody says you have to drink to have a good time to be a VFW veteran. And I drink tea myself as well. I'm not a big drinker, but I like to have a cold one once in a while. Let me tell you something. There is no better place to do that than with people with common core experiences and safety in mind. That is the place of refuge. And I will tell you, be careful when you talk about canteens. Scratch their back, they scratch yours, because sometimes that's what keeps the lights on. But people have to understand, it is not about that. But when we're done doing all the programs, it's nice to have a place to go and to have a esprit de corps and camaraderie at a location like that. So that's how I like to pass it on. to the next generation, you know. And when you're out there recruiting, let people know that. Let them know, yeah, we've heard that, but I'm not one of those guys, and neither is our post anymore. We're digitized. We're modernizing. You know, we got combat tested gaming. We're out in our communities. You know, we got youth programs. We got VOD Patriot Pen. The auxiliary has a patriotic art and singing contest. We've got Teacher of the Year, first responders. I mean, we're doing all of that. We got the 4-H, we got youth, the scouting. I mean, we're all about that stuff and moving along those communities. Some of the things that I just saw that I really want people to understand is that I really we just didn't hit it this year, but I'm hoping next year that my senior vice commander maybe listens to this broadcast sometime, or I get it directly from her. But I'd really like to see posts sponsor youth sports teams. It's time that we get back to that. You know, when I was a kid, I played baseball, and I was pretty good at it. Made to the city all stars and stuff like that. But you know, even back then, I was on the McDonald's team, and we had the McDonald's on the shirts. You know, why can't we have post 549 or post 9972 on their proud sponsor of this Pee Wee team? You know, I know it takes a little work, but that's where you go get corporate dollars to do that as well. And I think we can do that and get the word out there because we truly are about those types of things. And so those are some of the things I wish I could do over. I also wish that that I could have got more of the computer gaming systems. But I will tell you that there's a surprise coming. I have we're going to do a big announcement probably after I'm gone. I'm going to let the new commander incoming be a part of that. But we're going to go to a couple of posts, and we're going to have some things that are going to come up for the combat tested gaming. And Jay, I will tell you, you and Cassidy as my first chairman. One, I couldn't be more proud. Two, your hearts and your souls are in the right place, and you're the exact reason why you guys are where you are. And I'm proud, that you're going to continue on and do great things for saving veterans, helping mental health, and getting this generation of your era. It's your era that we need to pass this torch to and run with it for the next 30 years so we don't die on the vine. And that's all about the digitization, modernization, and families, you know. And I want to see more family stuff. I want to see movie nights in the halls, family carnivals. You know, those are the things that are going to draw those young vets because they're busy. They got 3 and 4 kids, and they're out of the service working their butts off. They don't have time to just come in and have beer. They want something tangible that's going to benefit them and their family, and that's how that's all going to flow. And we can sell it because if your heart is in the right place, they'll know that you're genuine. See, the biggest thing is if you just tell people about the VFW, they're going to tell you in a heartbeat, "Oh man, that was the most ingenuine speech I've ever heard." But if you feel it and believe it and can project that and articulate it, you might be surprised at what you get on the back end of that. And that's what all of this is about as we move forward.
I'm going to do it again. I couldn't have said it better myself, but you got Cassidy stunned. He's speechless. I don't know what to do with that.
It's just like, I just remember getting a point, just being in a month, and I just Google VFW Discord, and I found out about combat tested gaming, and I'm in there, and then Lynn's like, "You're the Arizona chairman." Me? Yeah, right. I don't know nothing. And just to have winged it with Greg's help, but just kind of like winging it, just coming with ideas and just working the program. And I'm very excited that we did that Game On Expo because we got so many veterans that weekend. It was unbelievable. It was a lot of fun. We forgot to get the recording in the wrestling match. Next time it's going to say, "Jay, nobody's here. Come on, put the phone up. Boom. Get beat up in the wrestling ring. If your life is like this, you need to join the VFW. Nobody does more."
You know what?
Hold up the QR code.
You know what? We should have done that, and I should have had you being chased around the ring there, Cassidy. And then when he caught you and he threw you down, I should have said, have no fear. The VFW's here. We've got you,
Yeah.
son. Come with me. And we could have done that, made a real funny. That was a regret, but boy, that's something we can think about in the future. But I mean, that's what gets people drawn into this is not just being all stuffy. Be real, be genuine, be truthful, and have their interests at heart and listen to them. You can't save them all. It's a huge elephant out there, right, guys? But how do you eat an
Yeah.
elephant? You just one bite at a
One
One
time,
bite
piece
at
at
a
a
right?
time.
time. Yeah.
So one family, one member at a time. Every veteran counts. You're going to hear that. Everybody has a motto, but can you share your motto? Can you sell it? Can you articulate it? And can you get people to buy in on it? That's what it's all about. And that's why I picked veterans first, families always, our promise, because I truly believe you put the core principles of the VFW and what we do together, that is meeting all of those ideals, those goals, those legislative priorities, and all of those things that we have. And I tell you, it's been a real privilege for me to serve the VFW in the capacity that I have. You think about it. Every year, 52 department commanders come in out of 1.4 million people. It's not a lot. So it is quite an accomplishment to get there, but you didn't do it alone. I did it because of people like you and people in your post and people who believed in you and supported you. And that's what it's all about. It's never what I did, but all of the success goes to the Department of Arizona, those district and post commanders, and everybody that was in the weeds working at the food drives, the Buddy Poppy drives, the cleaning of the graves, the planting of the flags, even the barbecues for camaraderie, the youth programs, um, the just everything you can think of. It's all because of them. And I just happen to be the guy that was able to be called state commander. And so they're successful, then you get a little bit of the success too. But they're the ones that really did all the work.
I just do what Cassidy tells me
Yeah.
to. It's worked out so far.
Sister Marina is so true. Be genuine. It's important, but most important is having a good time. And you know something? If I could go back again, I would have more moments like this because I've had more fun tonight than I've had in a while. And it was hard for me. Losing a family animal late last night. I didn't think I was going to be able to get through this because it hurt. It hurt a lot, and I'm still hurting. But but she's right. That's what's going to make this whole thing. You got to laugh. Make sure people are laughing out there and having a good time. Um, and I'd like to say one more thing that I've realized that as a thing. We are so hard on ourselves, on our veterans. I would really like everybody to take a back step and say, you know something, I may not get along with this guy, but I can work with them and I can make sure that we're all treated fairly. I see so much eating ourselves, our veterans up, throwing them out, and I'm thinking to myself, this is not what we are. No, if you got the bad ones, I understand. You got people that are stealing from us. There's no excuse for that. I get that. But on most things, even myself, I've learned that there are better ways to solve the issues than what Cassidy said at the very beginning of this in Article 9ing somebody. That's the very last thing you should do. The very last thing and the most extreme thing that you should do to correct a problem. And I've learned that, but I learned it late. But I hope that it carries on to the next group. And I think we're pretty much done. Would you say here, gentlemen, kids?
Yeah, I just heard that Cassidy's safe for tonight. No Article 9.
What? Who's getting Article 9? I'm out of here.
Yeah,
I just said to make sure he was still awake.
not for taking a picture with banana boats. I won't
He's calling you out now.
I know, right?
Not really. Before you guys close up tonight, is there anything that you have left over for me? I've got
Yeah.
as of today, I've got 13 days left, and then I hand over the command.
Is there anything going on that anybody should know about for June? I know we got this change of command to C of A in Tucson. Forgot the dates for that, but I don't know anything else that's going on. Maybe you want somebody to know.
Well, basically right now, what's happening is his membership year goes to the end of June. So it's even though I leave command on the 13th of June at Lowe's Ventana Canyon. As a matter of fact, it was kind of sad today. I was on our commander Slack today and yesterday. Three department commanders have already been had their conventions early, and I've already left command. And it's bittersweet thing, You're in it for a year, and am I getting a little bit sad about it? Yeah, but that's what this is all about. You're not there forever, not at the post level, and so we've got the June convention, and most states are having their conventions around this time and through the month of June. So everybody's really focused on the new leadership, installation, all of those, getting on with the new programs of the new year. But that's the main thing that's going on. And I will tell you though, in July 24th through the 28th, that's going to be the national convention in oh, banana boats. I said banana boats, hammock. I said
They're
banana
both bad. They're both
uh,
bad.
they're both bad. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, I just read that. But, yeah, 24th through the 29th, 28th of July in Reno, Nevada is going to be a national convention. And if you've never been to a national convention, you really gotta go. Bring some money with you because like me, when I get in the store, that's where I stock up on all the new shirts and all the specials and all of those things. And but you're there because that's where you're doing the business at hand, and we're voting on resolutions, all of the legislative priorities. That's where all those come from. We vote on those, and then that's what we go and we fight for. So when people say, "Well, how can you speak for Arizona on time sharks are not a good thing?" I said, because nationally, that is the legislative priority. We're not against people having choice, but we're against companies that aren't accredited and have no accountability. That's what we're against when it comes to that. But that's where all of that comes out of. So national at Reno, plus if you like to get a little bit of something going on with the Keno machines, you got that too at Reno. So and then after that, then we will have the Western Conference in November. Just so you all know, the Western Conference in November is in Phoenix. So that's going to be the 16 Western states coming to Phoenix, Arizona. And if you haven't been to a Western Conference, you want to go see it. And it's going to be a really good thing.
Yeah, my silly ass, my silly butt. I hope said you're going to Western Conference. I replied back. So you guys gonna pay for my plane ticket and my hotel, or I just gotta pay for the plane ticket? And she's all like, "Oh my God, silly! It's in Mesa." I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I thought we were going somewhere."
Down the street.
Mesa. You could down the street. He could ride his bike there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, this ain't too bad for the first episode, huh? I think it'll just get better.
We just
What's
keep
coming
coming
on
back
next?
to the banana hammocks. I can't get it out of my head now.
All right.
Oh man, I was gonna go somewhere and then it just left me. It'll come back.
Well, what are you gonna do after you're the commander then? What do? You just go back to the post, or?
Well, I'm always at the post. I'll never leave the loyalty I have for my post. I'm there pretty much helping out anyways. Just not because I got to campaign a lot next year, so I'll be out to 16 different states, which all by the way is on my own dime. So I'll probably have some shirts to sell to try to help finance that. But the bottom line is I got to get my message out there and make sure that whether they vote for me or not, they got choices. And like I said, I'm not running against the three other excellent candidates. I'm running for a position, and hopefully that when I get done, my message has articulated enough to people that we can truly be together and make this different in the organization. Um, the what I'm going to do next is I'm not gone because as soon as you come out of office, I'm still on the council administration as the immediate junior past department commander. And so I have duties and authorities and responsibilities. Plus, there's mandatory committees that I have to be on for 4 years once you've left the department. As a state commander, you have to fulfill those duties. So I'll still be there in a capacity. I just won't be the guy making the decisions, um, or the girl making the decisions. So that's how that will go. But I'll be there anyways to support the incoming team, making sure that it has every opportunity to succeed, and whatever I can do to help them achieve their goals, I'm going to do what I can to make that happen.
Okay.
Everyone's calling me out for my backwards background because I'm not doing it from a third person. But that's okay.
Oh,
It came to me, and it's off the back of what you were saying. I hate to say it. The caveat off of what the commander said, because we've all heard that and we hate it. I don't know if other posts have it, but I've seen it out at 9972. What kind of post would my post be if everybody was a member just like me? I may have messed that up in the paraphrasing, so if somebody calls me out for that, the intent's there. A lot of people will complain about things, but aren't necessarily putting themselves out there to be part of the solution. And I think that's a big thing too. Like not only going off of your comments, Commander, but stuff we've talked about with CTGs. Like, if you're just gonna watch it and then comment in the chat about how this isn't a thing or this, that, and the other, like, get on here and stream yourself. Go to your post and talk about it. Go talk to somebody on the street. One of my favorites is hearing about how you can recruit at a gas station. I don't know how you pull that one off. I'm not that fast, but I'll get there.
right. Yeah. I've seen you. You're doing pretty good, man. By the way, you have a nice haircut. So that helps.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Look at
It's
that.
aerodynamic.
It is so, but you're so right on that, and to just to highlight that at the very end is that how your post goes is how your people are in the post, and how do you want it to be? Well, if you're friendly, people are going to be friendly. And I tell you what, I went into a post in Florida several years ago, and when I walked in, I felt like we had the daggers of whatever was shooting through us. And I walked right up and I said, "Is there an officer in this post?" I said, "Well, yeah." And I just was like, "Wow, this is not the way people should do it." So just remember that. Treat people the way you want to be treated. And there's always going to be the armchair quarterbacks. Go around them. Don't give them your time. They're not worth your time unless they're really going to help out. Listen and just press on. But everybody can critic from a bar stool. That's for darn sure. Don't lose faith. Yep.
No. Maybe that's a campaign out there for everybody. I know I keep going in and out of the veil, but if you have change you want to see in your post and you're not seeing it, run for office.
That's right. Don't
Be
the killer.
part of the
Be
solution.
the change. Yeah. Don't be the killer.
I wonder how many people are going to figure that out. I can't get nothing done. Nobody wants to do anything at my post. You know something? Why do you think Greg Harrell ran for office? Because you know what? I wanted things to get done and things to do. And sometimes, if you want to make the change, you got to take the leadership role.
That's what I'm doing now. I'm bringing my posts into the 21st century with a web page. I'm working on getting them Zelle because I got a shirt. And I said, "Can I just pay you from the phone?" They said, "What? Is that an option?" I believe so. I'm going to make it happen. I talked to the quartermaster. How we get Zelle up in here? Because sending a check or this cash that's so 1800s.
So now
You
the
guys
next
are
episode,
both
you're going to
great.
see a Zell link up there.
Yeah, that's
And we
awesome.
need a state commander thing for his GoFundMe link or something on a podcast.
Yeah,
Please donate.
I think. Well, I think we ask a lot of our people, so I'm going to be very, very cautious on asking people to fund my stuff. I'll work an extra job and put it away or something, to do it, whatever. So there you have it. That's me in a nutshell and what we've done this year.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. I guess that's a sign that we got other stuff to do.
I got one more. We got to be quick. We got to do the good of the order, which I think we're already kind of
Hey.
doing. But
Yeah, I think we did that.
yeah.
Go ahead.
you brought it straight to front of mind. Volunteers, if you're in a post and you only go to the meeting, while it is appreciated, you can't lift things. You just show up to the steak night, burger night, 4th of July, Memorial Day celebration, and you're helping carry water bottles for somebody who's pounded steaks. it is appreciated, and it helps. Every person helps. Get out there, volunteer. We're not just a bar. We're a service organization. Go do your day of service. Go do your year of service. All right,
if you
I'm off
can't
the
get
soapbox.
volunteers to show up, old Chief Jay gave me a website. I forgot what it is, but he got people out the woodworks came to help his post. High school students, college students, mothers, grandparents. He got the whole community involved.
Thank goodness. I hope you weren't going to give me a Banana Hammocks website. Oh, good grief.
They're
I'm
on
so
sale.
glad. Thank God.
A little more than half off.
No, hey, you know what would be really cool? Who can play that great bumper music, that great song?
Oh man!
How do we give a little bit of that before we
So I tell you what, it's going to be a little hard for me to play it
Okay.
in with us, but I can play it for the crowd. I can absolutely get that in there.
We just played on the side chat right here, so we got it.
Now that I'll let you. I don't think everyone else will hear it, but
That's just for us.
all right. So you guys ready to hit the button, and we'll cue it up so everybody can hear it at the same time.
All right. Which button am I hitting?
All right. So you ready to hit that play button again?
No, he doesn't know where it's at. It's
Oh, up in the side chat.
Scroll up,
You guys let me know when
scroll
you're
up the
ready.
side chat.
Okay, hold on. All right, the side chat. There it is, side chat. I don't see it.
And
You may have to scroll it up a little bit down.
Yeah, I just forwarded it again.
Which as a pseudo producer, I'll call it. We're gonna try to announce these. Get in the audience in
Where
the
is it?
Discord. Get live on the chats. Interact with us.
Thank you all for letting me be here tonight. It was a real pleasure, and I appreciate each and every one of you.
Yes, sir. Did you find it?
I brought a new one out, so you get to see the tag for it. Can you guys still see it there?
He can't. Combat. Right here. There, I forwarded it. It's at the bottom now.
You got it at the bottom again?
Bottom of the chat. Oh, there it. Got it. I got it. Tell me when.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Hit it. And everybody out there is also listening to it live. So now you've got it everywhere. This is now
I
the
like it.
pseudo new official theme song for Combat Tested Voices Arizona.
Hey, listen, this is my drumming coming in. Yeah, I got it. This is great. Wow, good.
On the hard road home,
Oh, there we go. We didn't tell you already. That is made by our very own
green wore the
Old Green Sergeant Green Cassidy Voss right there.
label on his face.
Yeah? Wow, that's pretty awesome, man.
35-3 held the line at dawn.
Killing it, brother. Killing it.
And the old
Yeah.
flag on. Arizona heat. Bake the
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out some settings to make that get in there a little better, so we all hear it at the same time, so we can jam together.
I love it.
Commander Harrell's gonna have to bring a drum set next time too.
all downtown.
Absolutely.
Tested hearts.
I've got two.
When the drum rolled round.
Might have to borrow one from you.
You can hear that call when the smoke
Yeah.
clears slow. You can hear those names in the wind that blows from the barracks
Oh,
stage
man.
to the front
Sorry, I've got so many screens happening at the same time.
for the red, white pride.
All right, I
Green and old
appreciate it.
chief.
Yeah, I also just realized we're representing about every hat that the VFW has. The new ball cap, the old Garrison cap.
My,
Yeah.
my
Got hats. Can't see him.
So one day, rocking the combat tested jersey because it's combat tested.
Combat tested.
But yeah, that said,
Old chief.
Appreciate having you here tonight, sir. No better way to kick it off than to start right at the top of the state.
My pleasure.
On a faded vest. Says I did my time.
All right, well, that said, gents,
Gave my best.
I think we're a little over an hour. An hour and 10 minutes, not bad.
To the hometown bar.
We survived. We made it. Finally.
Now to push it out everywhere.
There's a driving star. You can hear that call.
Hope you feel better, sir.
You can hear those names in the wind that blows from the
All right, now I got to roll them out with the outro. So if you're watching this on Twitch or everywhere else, we'll catch you next time.
All right, we're out. Have a good day. Good night.
Thank you.
green and old chief. Stand up for the one to breathe. Green and old chief. Green and old chief. Arizona score. Let the whole world see. VFW news, combat tested. Green and old chief. We remember it. Racing